On Alan Wake. I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it! God damn it, Alice!
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at, but the cabin had disappeared.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Not expected to clear up anytime soon.
So is this going to be like Alan before he's diagnosed with whatever he's got going on up in here? Because it seemed like when we were out in the woods, it seemed like he knew that he had some sort of disorder. Manuscript page.
It's true what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff.
Should rerun be hyphenated or not?
My corpse.
I don't know.
Alone at my own wake, thinking in metaphors again.
Alan Wake.
The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me. This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy.
Gruesome slushy.
Painkillers.
Fuck off.
Leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it. I can see them now. My wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
Oh, like the TV show. With that famous catchphrase, "Honey, I'm home." So is he like he's about to publish his book, The Sudden Stop, that ended up being a best hit. A lot of QR codes. Is this from Face Off? Did he have the golden guns in Face Off? The Snowy Hills. Mom's Survival Guide. Oh, wow, you got 2 of every book. A him section and a her section. They both get the same book, but they have their own copies, so that way they can read it at the same time in different spots. Smart. Smart. Good lore. Oh, wait. You have 3 of some books. Maybe my lore falls apart a little bit. Hey, honey, did you know that we have 3 of the Snowy Hills?
Hey, handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
That's not what I expected him to look like, actually. Oh, smart. You have your own set of books here. So that way when I'm writing notes, conspiracy notes in my 3 copies, you can have your untainted copies. Nice. You Greeked out the brand name of the camera. Smart. You don't want any of your clients knowing that you have brand loyalty.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Coming back over here to
I
you.
just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Ba-boom. Have we always kept this door locked? Is this where we hide, like, our deep, dark secrets? Oh, you know what? It's a dark room. And we're afraid of the dark. That's why it's locked. Smart. Smart. Lore. Alan Wake lore.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will
Tell me
happen
about
over
it.
my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and
Preach.
speaking of Barry, he called. Alan!
I got you.
Alan! Please check the fuse box!
Yo,
I'm
why,
right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
why don't
I'm
you
right
come
here,
walk
baby.
with me?
I'm fine. Just get the lights back on. Now, please.
Do people really have this sort of phobia? I'm sure it probably has to. Somebody probably has to have that for reals, right?
I really don't like this, Alan. Please hurry.
Like on one hand,
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay.
I
Hi.
got.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Shining it
Don't
directly
worry.
in your eyeballs.
We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just, especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
You mean to tell me
Okay.
this game doesn't deal in subtlety and nuance?
I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark,
like
I
that
could
Adam
just flip
Sandler
the
movie.
switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar.
And a
Thanks for
murderer.
this.
And a psychopath. Who deals in illusions of grandeur and maybe has schizophrenia or something. At the very least has hallucinations. Or vivid dreams.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that?
No, bro, I'm
Mr.
good.
Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm high off that murder spree.
I'm okay.
Got
My head's
adrenaline
fine. I had
flowing
to lie
through
about
me.
my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Tell him that your wife is missing.
I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Your wife
Thanks.
is missing.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor.
You ever see any, like,
Sheriff
shadow
Breaker
people
had
around here,
called
my
him to
man?
the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
Be real with me. Spit the straight fire with me. Real talk, man to man. Man to man. You ever see any shadow people?
I believe you'll find the sheriff in her office. Just go down the corridor.
I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there.
This looks like
now,
the-
she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year.
The black water.
Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
I was gonna
Good
say,
to go, Mr. Wake.
thanks, I know.
Sarah's probably waiting for a chance to talk.
He already said that. This room looks a lot like the meeting room, like the sheriff meeting room in Deadly Premonition, and there's probably also a room that looks exactly like this in Twin Peaks, because Deadly
The
Premonition is
sheriff
just
wanted
Twin
to see you
Peaks.
in her office.
Ah, yes. Who could forget the iconic sheriff cop car that looks like this? Oh, log lady. Okay. Well, before I encounter her,
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
have I seen this man?
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss
Oh,
Weaver.
so it says
Have a
scene,
nice day.
not bin.
Very good. I'll come back later on.
I thought it was
Just in
being clever. It was just bad font work. Or bad texture work, I suppose. The guy won a contest in real life to be in the game. That's really funny. Yo, Sheriff, we need to talk about maybe getting you a higher res printout for your nameplate. Oh no, did I miss Log Lady? Damn. There's probably
Mr. Wake,
some good
the
character
sheriff is waiting
work
for you in
there.
her office down the corridor. That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to
Yeah.
be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right
was a
in
nice
where I
ooh.
come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that.
Smart.
Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't? The sheriff wants to see you in her office, Mr. Wake.
Yep, I'm sure she does. But I have a thermos to collect and my own manuscript page.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsals today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
Sheriff Breaker is waiting for you down the corridor in her office.
Ma'am, I'm aware. I'm aware, ma'am. I'm good. I want to go in there at my own pace.
Alice was missing. I needed help to find her. I wasn't ready to leave. Alice was missing. I needed help to find her. I wasn't ready to leave. Alice was missing. I needed help to
Now,
find her.
Mr. Wake,
I
she's
wasn't
in her
ready to
office.
leave.
I know.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Please don't touch my phone.
Have you started
Thank you.
looking for my wife yet?
My
Damn,
men are
dude,
already
calm
on it.
down.
Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up.
For good reason, I'm sure.
Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Alright, so I'm going to go back in there and talk to the sheriff again.
I need some fresh air. Can I go out? In the back, maybe?
Of course, Mr. Wake. I understand. You can get there through the cells. Deputy Grant can show you the way.
I'm sorry. All of this, it's just a lot to take in.
Take your time, Mr. Wake. I understand. Can I ask you what the call was about, Mr. Wake?
Being blackmailed.
It's personal.
Well, we are looking for your wife, and I'm going to need your cooperation if I'm going to help you.
I need a moment after I get some fresh air.
Okay.
I'm
You
being
can find me here.
coerced.
We'll talk when you feel up to it.
Just like blink SOS at her. Ma'am?
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he'd quit drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment he woke up.
Hey! Hey,
Come talk to you.
Hey, can you turn the lights on? The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here.
Sure, bro. I got you.
Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're all right. You're a good guy.
Yes, bro.
Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See?
Tell me about it.
Sure. I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen. You gotta listen carefully now. Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir.
The Shadow
It
Man.
only looked like him. You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was. It was a goddamn space alien! I know it sounds like something that a drunk would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
I believe you, homie. You and me, we're in this together.
I told him,
We're on the same page.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied
The
human
DP,
qualities on something
deadly premonition.
decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it, but it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Oh, I wonder if I could just press the start button and bounce out of that.
The
a lot
early
quicker.
morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, "Go through the fence on the left."
Yeah, first let me get this thermos. Because I'm a weird hoarder who wants to collect all the thermoses in the world.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've
What do you know?
broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deer Fest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting, the big day is almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh?
No can do.
No point in getting all worked up yet.
No can do. I have to shoot the bad men. The voice in my head is telling me.
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
They should have better surveillance around here. Alan loves to kick stuff.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall and the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
Hit the back.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
I guess. He could have also just stolen her purse.
Barry?
Ow! Ow! a week, you and Alice. Oh, I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright
Good.
Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Anything else for me to kick down? Good. We need like an independent third party who can look at things a little bit more objectively than Alan Wake here. How you doing, bud?
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Yo, damn. That TV is fried. They need to check the like output voltage on that signal. I'll let this guy sleep in the dark. He's gonna be pissed. But I could pin it on the cops. So
Marvelous,
no
sir.
problem.
I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent...
Hey, I'm in this conversation too now.
Are you feeling
Hi.
any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave.
It's that
Am I free to
smug
go?
dude from the book.
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins
Gross.
at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman.
Oh, I know
I'd
who
like to
you
invite
are.
you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh, my!
Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you
What
once
is this
I stick
dude
my lawyers
wearing?
on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
He seems like a
Get
decent
me out
dude.
of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
Probably should have.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I bet you were.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
It's a good question.
What an airhead.
Jeez,
Calm
Mr.
down,
takes
dude.
a swing at everybody. This is not her fault.
Yeah.
She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
This dude seems skeezy. But Alan Wake seems like... He seems like a real jerk.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
It's called
No!
quantum suicide, my
Look,
man.
Barry, I'm missing a week. And someone's got Alice.
Do
and
you
everything's just...
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Hell yeah. I'm just going to steal your thermos. Hi, Max, is it? Did you have a thermos?
Easy
Because
there,
now
boy.
it's mine.
I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right?
Oh.
You run cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake.
Is that
I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full
Toby?
here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot
Oh,
caught in a
Max.
trap.
Okay.
They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes.
Is that Toby's dog?
Well, at least Max is going to be okay.
You just have that name Toby stuck in
He
my
got
head.
lucky. Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk
I get
across
it.
from the mammoth skeleton.
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to
How
the
many of those
cops.
situations do you know
She's
about,
my
dude?
wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing. Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez,
That's a
Al,
fact.
come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha! Let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
I think this is the form you wanted.
Here you go, Max.
And here are the
Take my
keys.
form.
Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Cool. I'm just gonna
If
take
you have
my
any trouble finding it, just
platonic
keep your
friend
eyes on
here
the
up
radio
there.
mast. It's right below that. Oh, and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know. I just don't want any trouble.
Right. Thanks.
Hey, do you know if those traps work on shadow people? Oh, sorry. Just
You're asking me
you
to
know.
believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until
He's a
you
shadow
pointed a
man.
flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds.
Barry, you
wearing
sound like a
white
shadow
shirts with
sympathizer
too long
right now.
tangled up sleeves,
And I'm not gonna have
and
any of
eating
that.
a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month.
Sounds like a
What was
skeptic.
it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on. I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if it was me? There's no way you should be going out at midnight with a gun.
No one asked you to come here,
Not just a
Barry.
gun,
Either
but
work with me
3
on this Or
guns.
go straight
Thank
back
you.
to New York. Your choice.
And a flashlight. If you want, I could give you one of the guns. You could have the shotgun because you probably can't hit anything.
Crazy talk, Al. Al. Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. This is not a goddamn debate, Barry.
That was such an
I'm going
impotent
to Lover's
throwing
Peak.
down of
He
the
said to come
lamp.
alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
I feel you, Barry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist.
Yokels.
Or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Bless you.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows
You know why this is all happening, Alan Wake?
So not
Because he only
worth a
says bless you,
15%
not God
commission.
bless you. So he's cursed by the devil, by Satan. That's the lore.
Lock the door when I leave.
Yeah.
The-
Go ahead and do what you have to do. I'll be fine. Alone, but fine.
Sorry.
In a cabin
The
straight from a horror
with
movie.
inside?
You want to know where you can shove that flashlight?
Where? Tell me, Barry. Where? A dime a dozen agents like you. Where can I shove that flashlight? I'm the one who has a gun right now. Yeah, hey.
Point that thing out.
Alright, he's not a shadow man. Not for now. I remain unconvinced long term. Especially since I know that they can mimic
Real funny,
people.
Al. Real funny. Ha ha! Thank you. I'll just sit here in the dark till you come back, or until I get eaten by a Gru.
Okay, that's a fun reference. They've had a couple of references so far, and Gru is probably the better of their references. There you go, Barry. You deserve to sit in the dark, but I will allow you to sit in the light. Yoink.
I didn't realize we were back in the 3rd grade here. Seriously, cut it out, Al. My nerves are shot.
Come on, give me one more. I guess rule of threes, right? Okay, let's go at the back. It looks brighter out here. Head for Lover's Peak.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Locking the door now.
Who are you talking to, dude? Don't talk to me from outside. Oh, wow. They actually animated him coming down and locking the door and everything. That's cool. They waited until they locked the door before they gave me access to the gun, so that way I wouldn't be tempted to shoot him. That's really kind of funny.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Hey, Alan, maybe read the words on this paper. Like, maybe kind of internalize it a little bit and get a little bit introspective. Think about it for a second.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Alan, you're such a dumbass. Excuse me? Hello?
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our
Howdy.
very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage. No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it.
Farewell
No
to
sack
sanity.
race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass
I have
early
no
this
idea what
morning.
that's trying to say.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the piece of it.
It looks like it's
No fun if I need
mirrored.
to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Well, considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
That's a fun little scare. It was nice and subtle. You don't want the smoke, though. You don't want it. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, I like them kind of teasing out the bad dude to kind of like put you on a more tense atmosphere, you know, get you on edge a little bit. Seems more effective than just outright doing the thing. Excuse me? Oh, hell yeah. Here we go. Yeah.
Crime and punishment.
I wish I had a zoom button.
The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
Isn't that a famous song?
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Good reason.
But why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took your kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow. That sentence really flows, huh?
Are you a writer?
Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it.
Sounds
You
unconvincing.
Really down there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
Got his ass. Maybe not as strong of an episode of Twilight Zone. What's with all these little leaves floating around in here, huh? No Rod Sterling wrap-up? Come on, guys. If you're gonna go the distance, let's do it for real. Okay.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. "Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page."
Yeah, well, join the club. Oh, 2 pads. Well, there's light down there, so I feel like this is just going to be a vista. Or a manuscript. Another one.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was. The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me!
It's kind of fun. Where you at, bro?
Help me! Can you hear me? Anyone! Please,
Hello?
help! Back here! I'm back here! Hey, please help me!
I don't think there's much helping you, man.
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must. The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
I don't think you're gonna make it, man.
Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript
Oof.
that would help me understand what had happened.
Your proportions don't seem right. Like they took like 3 inches out of his waist.
Shh. Good boy.
Yeah.
So dark.
A good boy indeed.
Like the forest at night.
It'd be great if they stuck another thermos back here.
It'll be back. I know it will. It hasn't finished with me yet.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Nope, manuscript. I almost missed this vital lore.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way, felt the broken ribs stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
But he was gonna be fine. Just like write that in at the bottom of the page. Yellow.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Okay. Hell yeah. Get some ammunition, get some batteries. Love to see it.
I was too
Oh
late.
no.
Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Spooky.
Rusty!
Hold on, pal.
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
I agree. Frankly, that's a platform I think we can all come together on. All of a sudden, this turns into Mario Sunshine.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
All right, come here, boy. Where you at?
Please don't feed the animals.
What?
Fishing is only permitted for those
Ah, there you go.
park. Fishing license obey.
The Park Ranger's instructions.
At all times.
Rusty, no!
Never.
You approach closer than 100 yards.
2 bears and wolves. Never approach any other wildlife closer than
25 yards.
pets must be leashed.
Never
Leave your
pet unattended.
So goofy.
It is
against the law
to remove any
natural objects
or historical artifacts from the park.
Try not to shoot him if I don't have to.
You may
But I think I'm just gonna have to.
berries.
Chill, bro. Chill, you got the darkness within you. This isn't you. Come on, man. Where's that dog at? Don't you want to pet the good boy? Alright. Come on, dude. That's just a wake-up call. Just trying to, you know, disable him. Oh, this is probably costing me more bullets than it's worth. He basically is a PSA. It's pretty funny. Now I have no hesitation shooting these country folk. But the park ranger, he seemed like an alright dude. Now where's that dog? This is priority number 1. No harm has come to the dog. The dog did that. I swear to God, if they make this dog consumed by the darkness, I have to shoot Max. I'm just gonna turn this game off. Oh yeah, go down to where the trees are.
What the hell was that? I saw from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
Oh, jeez. You're not crazy.
Got
I
him.
wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
I got full ammo. Had all the ammo.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely
Was
out of her
Rusty the park
teens,
ranger guy?
but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
Ooh. 'Cause he's dead. We got some brewskis here. Alan, bring those brewskis to your pro in the cabin. Here's one for the fellas. Alan, you dumbass. He's gonna die walking downstairs.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
I don't know where I am. Alright, well then let's check out Moonshine Cave first. Because this does not seem like the way to go. Hell yeah, secrets. It's got that orange blood. That phosphorescent I don't think that's the word I'm trying to say. Cited frequent bootlegger activity throughout Prohibition. Yeah, nice try. Huh. They're just like, oh man, he found us. Never mind. Oh, there we go. I will take that. Thank you. Yo, Alan, you need to chill. Get some cardio in your life. I know you don't have to actually be physical for writing, but pick up a treadmill or something. You probably got one in your apartment complex. Oh no. No, not the ranger hat. Oh. Badman. Oh, shit. Elite gamer. That's me. Get on my level, villagers.
Nobody in Bright Falls seemed to know where Al was, but Rose, the waitress at the diner, had seen him. From what Barry could tell, Al pretty much fell off the face of the earth when he left the diner. Rose was just the kind of fan that Al hated, but she really tried to help. She was smart too. Knew a lot about what was going on in the town. Knew a lot about Al. Even knew who Barry was. Barry liked her. That was no big surprise. When it came to women, Barry and Al rarely saw eye to eye.
We're getting in the shadow zone. Let's come up here in the light. Taking it nice and easy. Sure. Don't mind if I do. Damn, dude. Can you not? What? Alright, back into the shadow sphere. Cinematic. Great old one. Felled by lightning in 1937, this exceptionally tall Rocky Mountain Douglas fir was over 200 years old. According to local legends, it stretched beyond the stars. Not true. Not true. This tree is 8,000 light years long. After it fell, it was measured to be 66 meters tall. Nearly a record length. Well, I hate to break it to you guys, stars are a little bit further out than 66 meters. But I don't really think science is strong with this group of folks. Doesn't seem to be. Alright. What? You saw me die. want to go in the great old one? I didn't think so. I'm not one to be trifled with. The name's Alan Wake. Maybe you heard of it. Hell yeah. Checkpoint, baby. I'll take it. Manuscript? Sure, I'll take that too.
I turned the corner.
I'd write a book. You're just gonna find all the pages.
Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason. Packed with supplies, batteries, flares, ammo. Things you need to make it through the darkness of the night. Something left behind by someone who knew what I knew, and more.
Yeah, the writer of the story. It's almost like it served a purpose. The purpose was user experience and game level design. All right. There are 4 of you. Okay. And is one of you a child? Get your tracksuit out of here. Okay, yep. Oop. Oop, oop. Oop. Oh no, it didn't happen like that. It's like, why can I not move back? There we go. That'll be easy. Gotta develop those strats. Through tree, a little on the nose. Okay. So we'll recharge, we'll reset. Okay. Excuse me. I kind of want to go back and find that other path. What was down there? I'll never know. Hey, did you guys know that there's 2 ways to spell axe? I didn't realize that until just the other day. And because I wrote down axe, A-X-E, and I thought, well, that's how you spell axe. And then wherever I wrote it down and had it underlined for spell check, it wanted to correct me to AX. I was like, what? And yeah, there's totally 2 spellings. I don't spell axe often enough to know that little bit of linguistic trivia. Shit. This dream sucks.
We gotta get moving. More of them coming.
Actually, I think Merriam-Webster says AX is the correct one.
That flashlight's kid stuff. The flares will keep the bastards away.
Unless I'm misremembering that.
You can see them too? Hell, of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but...
Let's move!
Nice.
I lost my gun back
Meta.
there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake. You better keep up. You set him up, and I'll knock him down, Wake.
Okay.
Monster, bring it!
Where you at, bro? Jesus. Get some. Fuck off.
Lover's Peak, right up these stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Oh, I've got a bunch of flares.
Yeah, no can do, Wake.
Are you kidding? Give me the gun!
No time for back talk. Hold them off, damn it.
Come on, Alan Wake.
Just a little longer. Scare them off. Get some light on those bastards. That'll keep them off us.
Hey, can you shoot this dude who's right next to me? Who I have revealed from the shadow?
Longer. I almost got it. Okay. Over to Luke. Oh, you feeling better now, Wake? All cozy and safe.
Yes. Obviously.
Better get ready. They'll be on us soon. This is it, Wake. A last stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake.
Damn it. Dude, you have horrible aim. Just give me the gun.
What I got for you?
It's like a stormtrooper. on, dude. Just shoot these guys. Out of batteries. Probably burned it a little too early. I'm all out of literally everything, man. Just shoot him. Nothing to it. Shut up. I'm gonna shine this light in your eyes.
Now. Where's my wife?
I knew you were gonna say that. I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're gonna bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
What the hell are you talking about?
An editor.
Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her mouth.
You idiot. What the hell is that? That was such an unbalanced punch. Yeah, well, at least I got a gun now, I guess.
You're gonna give me the manuscript or you'll be sorry. No! Come back here! I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me? Come back here!
Yep, just this package of
He had
Energizer
Alice,
batteries.
and he wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move.
Just give him this page.
On more than one occasion, Alice had tried to explain to me how it felt to be afraid of
I want
the
this
dark.
episode to end so I can leave.
To her, darkness wasn't simply the absence of light, but something more tangible than that. It was something you could touch and feel. Worse than that, it was something with a
It's not how
mind of
darkness
its own,
works.
something malicious and malign. For her, things changed when they were wrapped in darkness. They turned into something else, something foreign.
Metaphor.
And nothing was safe or innocent anymore. I'd never really understood what she meant until now.
Metaphor. Trying to jump. It won't let me. Oh. Cool. Alright, what's over here? This is where I would put a secret. Ah! Oh my god. Nope. Nothing. There was literally no value in doing that. Hold on. Skyrim my way up here. Hell yeah. Yo, what? That's so whack. Lame. Manuscript? Oh. Or so you could lead shadow people into these traps. Oh, I almost ran into that one. Manuscript.
Sarah didn't care about the legal threats Wake's agent had made. She let Wake go without argument, because there was something about him she couldn't quite put her finger on, something that reminded her of her father. She didn't think Wake would hurt his wife. Then she thought about the way he waded into Hartman, that hair-trigger rage flaring up without warning.
Yeah, he does seem to have some anger issues. Thermos. Hell yeah. Worth it. I wasted that whole box on one bullet. I feel like I should be going the other way because of that building, but there's a log right here, so... I was hoping there would be like some traps on the ground to lead them into. Nice. Okay. Seems like there should be a thing there, but there's not. What the hell am I doing here? Nice. Easy. Get bodied, bro. Thermos.
The night had been one desperate situation after another. I was exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and spat out. The flashlight was heavy in my hand, and each pull of the trigger sent a painful shock up my arm. But I was finally out of the woods, and things were looking up. That's when I heard the chainsaw.
Hunting rifle. All right. How many bullets do I have? Wait, is that just up here now? Instead of the shotgun? I would rather have the hunting rifle, generally speaking. Where are you at? Oh, you're up there. Nice. Okay, so like a one-shot kind of situation.
I had heard the plane fall. It made no sense. It was clear that it had just flown here. It was very old and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver down my spine.
Okay. Yeah, let's go up here. I don't know what that accomplished for me, but it was fun. Did it reveal something? Something nefarious? Like this mud texture? Seems like the path. Oh. Oh, right. Hunting rifle. Forgot I had that. Yo, thermos. That's the thermos we saw earlier. Love to see things pay off. Where's the other guy? No more batteries. Oh, damn. I keep thinking maybe I should shoot this. I'm gonna give it a shot. Nope. Okay. I'm glad I didn't do that in the middle of a fight then. You better give me some batteries up here. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, but if I walk over here, will it do it again? Yes. Okay, that's fun. That's fun. I was hoping it would fully topple over if I jumped off of it, so it wasn't counterbalanced. Alright, I'll take it. This spot really looks like it belongs in Dark Souls. It's maybe a little small, but it's got that kind of geometry to it.
The logging site was a mess. The modular office had been pushed off the cliff. Deputy Thornton climbed up from the wreckage excited, breathing hard from the exertion. Nobody there. It's weird. Don't you think that's weird? Bored, Mulligan let out a mighty snort. Hell, it's always weird, Thornton. Just a question of sorting out what kind of weird it is this time around.
Smart. Is it better or worse than YouTube's auto captions? I'm not sure. Probably slightly worse. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't look at YouTube auto captions as much as I used to. So I couldn't really say. Can I kick? Alright, see you, Skills Cat. I can't kick. Oh, I really just want this. I want this episode to be over. So I can stop like I wanted to.
When Barry saw the darkness attack the visitor center, it made him a believer. The men Al said he'd shot, they hadn't been just locals on crank. Somehow the world had changed. Like the channel had been switched without warning.
To the eyeball channel.
Sitcom, and you're really watching a horror show. When the bird started attacking the cabin, Barry wasn't surprised, just terrified.
Sure, I'll take these flares, but I could use some batteries. Take a thermos too. But again, batteries. I'd be pissed if there were batteries downstairs, and this is going to lead me to my objective, which seems to be the case. There must be like a layer of very thick particulate in the air at all times. The way that you can see the beam of this flashlight.
Be aware of Widowmakers.
I guess the fog kind of leans into that a little bit. Ooh. Out of batteries. Cool. I guess I could have used a flare. Ha! Later, idiot.
Shadows stirred and the wind picked up as I ran through the forest. I felt the dark presence turning its gaze toward me. Then the moonlight was blotted out by dark shadows that raced violently across the ground, moving too swiftly to be natural. Darkness gathered between the trees and melted again to reveal the Taken. No natural path had brought them here.
Batteries. Yes. There'd be one note I wouldn't mind giving for level design. Would be, you know, allowing me to more easily determine whether there was a place I had been. Come on. Come on. Okay, didn't I? Okay. Had to do this again. Yeah. Okay. Alright, 2 shots for that guy. Alright, so 2 shots, it seems. Get this in as early as possible. Alright, now we only have 1 to deal with. Strats. Cinematic. Nice and easy. Game for babies. Campgrounds. Bonk my head right on it. Oh, weird. Spontaneous felling. That's just true. Hey, it's the, It's the chainsaw we heard about earlier. Oh. Come on, bro. Oh, nope. Don't come on like that. I guess that gate is closed. Oh, you know what? Flare. I should have used a flare on him. Of course. Also, that's way too high up for him to have logged that. Do I have 5? Might need it. I think maybe I need to get him like trapped in here or something. Oh, there we go. There we go. Second time through is always easier. Not many bullets left on that hunting rifle. Hello?
Stay out of sight.
Of course, another horror movie.
Don't open the door. Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on.
Pardon me. Coming through.
I still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out of the woods.
Yeah, you're also out of the woods when that park ranger died. Doesn't really mean a whole lot around here.
I'd have to get the car from the locked garage. It would get me back to Barry faster, and the headlights were a welcome bonus.
Say that again. Excuse me. Coming through. Wait, then why is this one locked? There's probably a lore reason. When you get these keys and someone's gonna step out.
A story is not a machine that does what you tell it. A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own. Change one thing and you set off a chain reaction of events that spreads through the whole thing.
Okay.
The characters have to be true to themselves. The events need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies. Alice dies.
Okay. Sorry, this is Wendy's.
The FBI agent's command froze me in place. I considered surrender. It was all falling apart anyway. I could give in, let someone else deal with it. But it felt all wrong. Call it instinct. His posture. The way he held the gun. He was no friend. Shots ringing in my ears, I leaped for the hole in the fence and stumbled into the darkness beyond.
Okay. Coming through. I'm allowed in here because I'm a writer and I have a gun. What is this for? It's like urinal stalls, but with nothing here. Because it's in a women's restroom. Also, they don't have toilets. That seems like a bit of an oversight. Maybe it was under construction or something. Oh, okay. Closed for renovation. Environmental storytelling. Of course they prioritize the men's room. Classic. Oh, right, I got the keys. Yoink. Yeah, I also thought showers initially. Yo, I get to control this? Okay. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Coming through. Hold A to boost the lights. Where am I going? This way. Oh, I missed the jump. It would have given me a sick jump. To boost the lights. What car has ever had a controlled... Oh, I guess high beams. Maybe that's what they're talking about. To boost the lights. That didn't seem like good physics. Oh, okay. Up this way. Right. Follow the path. To boost the lights. Excuse me? Oh, they're gonna make me get out and walk on foot. Why would you do this video game? Can you not? Yo, can I get in this and drive it?
The flare gun was probably the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things I was facing.
The dark things. Cinematic. I really enjoyed doing that, huh? Oh, hey, look. We can breathe easy. Very chill. Oh.
You son of a bitch! Where's my wife?
Enough horseplay, Wake. You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't... Listen. I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need a week.
It's not done?
I need a week.
2 days. The old Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main building, there at noon. You bring the manuscript, you'll get your wife. If not, well, get me?
Yes,
No?
yes, I get you.
You're gonna have to explain it a little bit more. Yeah, a lot of birds up here, huh?
Barry had
Howdy,
talked about
fellas.
birds over the phone.
Don't mind if I do. Anything else restocked since I last left here? Nope. Just those convenient flares.
Al! Al, I am so glad you're here. A couple of them got in here before I blocked the chimney. This isn't normal. These birds are weird.
Did I find this before? I don't think so. Hell yeah. Flare ammo. Come on.
I got the pigeons back home were bad. Al, make them go away, please. The only good thing about this goddamn horrible situation is that I'm not allergic to birds. Ah, shoot! Oh, crap.
Let me in, dude. Damn it, man. Let me in. Oh. Get some batteries. Good. Yeah, let's come out into the open. Maybe I can fight him a little bit easier there.
You can open the door now. They're gone.
Hey, Al. I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
I sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had to try to write him one to get Alice back.
It's a convenient motivation to have to write your book.
For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche. A tool to use
Obviously.
in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real. And I couldn't put a single word on paper.
Because you need to live life and have experiences to translate it to the page. That's how artists
Barry Wheeler
work.
speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant
sound-
girl.
Could you
but-
and Mr. Wake come get them? I live in the trailer
You don't
park
sound
outside the
right.
town.
We'll be there in less than an hour.
You're like
See
slurring?
you soon.
Have a great day.
Okay.
Hope you come back soon. Welcome.
No, she's all
to
shadowified.
Good girl.
Ah, Crypt Keeper lady. She's at the core of Shadowsville. That was kind of a slick little transition. End of the episode? End of the episode. Okay. That's where I'm gonna call it for realsies. Because it's past midnight. And I gotta go home. End of episode 2. I'm enjoying it, but it is it's a little corny at times, you know? It's a little on the nose, and it's sometimes it's weird because I can't tell if Alan Wake is supposed to be a bad writer or if the writing in the game isn't great at times. And I feel like they don't make it clear one way or another, so it's sort of used to, yeah, I don't know if I don't want to make it seem like, oh, are they in on it that it's bad or whatever, but it's just like I can't tell if Alan Wake the character is supposed to be like a really good writer in the universe, because I don't think he is. But it is fun. It's kind of goofy at times, and it's kind of very much in love with its inspirations, right? Twilight Zone, which frankly you don't see too much direct Twilight Zone inspiration in a lot of things. So it's nice to see that. Twilight Zone, Twin Peaks, that whole thing. But you know, I'm interested to see where it goes. It actually reminds me a lot of what was that David Cage game? Indigo Prophecy. I forget. It had two names. Fahrenheit. Something like that. It reminds me of that because, but not as bad, right? Indigo Prophecy kind of was just like, it went off the deep end. It's almost like they saw that game and they're like, oh, this game could have been great. Let's do something kind of like that in some ways, but have our own take on it and not go too far off the deep end, but still kind of flirt in some of those territories. But it's cool. It's cool. I'll definitely keep playing through it whenever I find the time to. But that's it for now.